Hello, Kdragt02 here. This is my first video. It's going to be a deck video about my Kuriboh deck. I'm still quite new to the game, not all that great. I'm kind of proud of the abilities of this deck. I haven't seen one like it around at all, and I thought I'd put it on YouTube and see what everybody thought. So here it is. Of course, 3 Kuribohs for the Kuriboh deck. And this is a card I haven't seen in a lot of Kuriboh decks. Darkness Noosphere. I've had multiple people tell me it's crap, but I just find it's completely easy to get out. Just send a fiend from your field to the graveyard and one from your hand to the graveyard to special summon it when your opponent's attack. It's a 10-star, 4,000, really easy to get out, and it's indestructible. It can't be destroyed by battle. So it works well in this deck, mostly because the point of this deck is to try to get your darks and lights into the graveyard. It's a light fairy dark fiend Kuriboh deck, so I have a lot of cards that require those in the graveyard or to remove them play for summoning, and this is quite good for that. And Wing Kuribohs, natural Boku after it's destroyed, great with some of the cards in here. All around good card, especially when you honest it. 2 Honest is a good card. You could get it back from the grave once after using it and bounce it back to your hand for another use, and all around good card. Archlord Christia. This card is sometimes difficult to get out, but once you do, it's awesome. It's pretty easy to get out in this deck because, again, like I said, the point is to get your lights and darks into the grave. And so you special summon it when you have four fairies in your graveyard, and when it's summoned, you get a fairy from your graveyard to your hand. You could get Honest or Wing Kuriboh, which is both good cards to get from the graveyard. And when it would be sent to the graveyard from the field, it's returned to the top of your deck again for another use. Though sometimes that is a big disadvantage if you don't want to do that, especially if you don't want to draw it again. 3 Station Securities. This card is a new card I found on the internet. Thought I might try it. This deck isn't complete. Has a lot of proxies. I'm still trying to get all the cards. Station Security. It's a 1-star Dark Fiend, 100 attack, 4 defense. It's a tuner, just in case I want to synchro summon. The effect is, when it's destroyed by battle, special summon a 1-star Fiend from your deck. It's good defense if they've got multiple monsters and that's all you got. You get the other Station Securities, and with that last one, you get maybe a Kuriboh. It's good if you want to get Kuriboh, just in case you want to bounce the Kuriboh back to your hand somehow, or use Detonate or Multiply with the Kuriboh. Quite handy. Again, Secret Summoning. Shining Angels, just to get Honest and Wing Kuriboh to my hand. It's got 14 attack, just in case they have an open field. Songon. Again, Honest, Wing Kuriboh, Station Securities, all those monsters, just in case you need one of them, you can get it with Songon. It's also a Dark Fiend, so a Darkness Noosphere, you could normal this, wait for them to attack it, then send it to the graveyard, as well as a Dark Fiend from your hand, and get Darkness Noosphere, and get a Songon's effect. Marshmallow, again, Light Fairy. The point of this deck, it's got Stall, 1,000 burn damage, just there for defense. Sky Scourge Norleus. This card I have been recommended not to use, but I just can't stop. People tell me it's too difficult to get out, but it's really easy in this deck because its summoning conditions are remove 3 Dark Fiends and a Light Fairy from your graveyard, and to special summon it. That's kind of easy to do in this deck. It's also a Dark Fiend itself to use with Darkness Noosphere and things like that. Its effect is also quite good. Pay 1,000, send all cards on both players' field and hand to the graveyard. Since it's a send 2, it gets over a lot of negate destruction cards, especially Stardust. Really handy against Stardust, and I tend to like it. Sorcerer, Chaos Sorcerer. Just remove a light and dark from a graveyard to special summon it. If you can't special summon it, you could use it for stuff like Darkness Noosphere. Just remove face up monster and opponents of the field. Good card. Gorz the Emissary of Darkness. This card I use because of the easy special summon, and its battle damage effect gets a Light Fairy token which you could Honest with, just in case. And it's an easy summon. Moving on to Spell and Traps. Staple, Lightning Vortex, Heavy, and MST. Main staples. 2 detonates. Really good if you are in a bind. Could use it on the tokens you get with multiply, or you could stash in security to get Kuriboh and blow up one of their cards. It's just a good backup Kuriboh card. 2 multiplies. Multiplies are especially good because when you sacrifice your Kuriboh, you get 5 tokens, and Kuriboh tokens are counted as Kuriboh. So you could use another multiply to just keep defending or blowing up with detonate. You can also use them for Darkness Neosphere and stuff like that. Pot of Avarice, just so you don't deck out, because this deck tends to last really long, and you don't want to deck out before your opponent. It's an exactly 40 card deck, which, when you're getting cards from the deck to your hand or deck to the field all the time, you tend to slim down your deck. And it's good just in case you want an exact number of Darks and Fairies in your graveyard and you draw 2 cards. 3 Flute of Summoning Kuribohs. Really good backup Kuriboh card if you're about to take damage. It's quick play, activate it anytime. Get a Kuriboh to your hand, or a Wing Kuriboh, or special summon them for like a multiply or a detonate, or just to block damage. And those are the spells. Trap Staples, Torrential Tribute, 2 Bottomlesses, and a Call the Haunted. Call the Haunted I mostly use on stuff like Gores or Christia, because the other high-level monsters that you would usually get with Call the Haunted can't be special summoned except by their own effects. One of the things I tend to do with Call is I get back Honest during my turn, and then I bounce Honest to my hand for another use. Mirror Force. And the last cards are 3 Graceful Revivals. Graceful Revivals are good mostly because it gets back Stygians, Kuribohs, Wing Kuribohs. If you get back Stygian to get more Stygians from the deck when it's destroyed, you can get back Wing Kuriboh to block damage after it's killed, and stuff like that. And that's my Kuriboh deck. I hope you all liked it. I'm going to try to make more videos of my other decks. Most of them aren't complete, but I'm still going to make them. I'll try to do this more often. I hope you liked the video. Please leave comments and tell me what you think.